We are at a final table. It's the Eastern Poker Tour, season 33, $33,000 championship, $10,000 up for grabs for first place, $33,000 total prize pool. My name is Evan Myers. I've been hanging out with you all afternoon. We're going to continue to this final table. We're going to get a nice view of this Gorilla Gaming final table here as well. Eastern Poker Tours, season 33, $33,000 season-ending championship, $10,000 for first place, up for grabs. Thousands of players started this journey, hundreds of thousands of entries. Let's get into the first position. Mr. John English, chip count 1.08 million from Rhode Island. Good luck, Jason English. How you doing? In the second position, Mark Brennan from Lowell. Yeah, look at that. Rock on, Mark. Greater Lowell region with 1.4 million in chips. In the third position, Paul Valastro. Chip count 1.9 million from our Central Mass region. He's a big cash player, this guy, as well. In the fourth position, John Rebello from Rhode Island, 28,000, 280,000 in chips to start. Rhode Island representing here at the final table. Mark Doran, nice chip count there, 1.285 million from Central Mass. Nice guy over there. Good luck, Mark. Steve Mory. How you doing, buddy? From Rhode Island. He's got I know what his chip count is. It's 2.395 million. Good luck to you, Steven. He also double stacked. I'll tell you about that in a minute. Francesco Thorisod from Southern Mass. Frenchie, how you doing, buddy? 1.29 million in chips. And in our final eighth seat here, Mr. John Beatty. John is a Bar Poker Open Borgata champion from Southern Mass, 1.82 million in chips. Good luck, guys. We are at the final table. There are payouts right there, $10,000 up top, $6,000 for second place, $3,400 for third, $2,400 for fourth, $1,800 for fifth, $1,400 for sixth. Seventh place gets you $1,200, eighth place gets you $1,000, ninth, $800, and 10 gets you $500. We paid 16 places in the championship right now. I just mentioned Steve Mory double qualified for this. Not only did he double qualify this weekend, he also won a Bar Poker Open package. So he started with $200,000 in chips, not just the $100,000 normal chip stack. We have our players mic'd up, so we're going to listen to a lot of live talk, a lot of table action going on. I'm going to let you guys in. We're going to let you guys in on what's going on. Here you go. Chips are on the table. Cards are flying. Jason is the button. First in the small blind, Mark's big blind, Paul. First act is John. John looks at 8-5 offsuit. He's got a small stack there. He's not going to play around right now. Mark D from Central Mass. He doesn't want to stick around with the Jack 5. Steve sees Ace 6. Doesn't want to. Francesco in the hijack seat, out of there. John Beatty, pocket 7s in the cutoff. John's going to take a stab at this for sure, reaching for chips. 180,000 he announces. Fold. Mark's out of there. Paul says no way. And just like that, John rakes in a nice little pot. Well done, John. Eastern Poker Tour. 3,400 unique players started this journey at the beginning of the season. Nearly 500,000 unique, 500,000 entries into the tournaments, whether it's a charity or a pub event. Great pub events all over. You see our chip counts right there. Steve's up top with 39 big blinds, 2.39 million in chips. But all these players started this journey at the beginning of the season. They got themselves to the monthly championships. From the monthly championships, they got us to day one yesterday. 291 players started yesterday. They whittled down to 16 players who married up with players who already qualified and double qualified. And they started the day with 95 players today, and we are down to 8. Action's on Steve. He is out of there. Francesco. Frenchie wakes up with King 2. He says, no way. Beatty in the hijack position gets rid of his. Action is on Mark. Mark looks at 10-9 in the dealer position. He's going to make a little raise there, 150,000 in chips. John Rebello right behind him, pocket fives. He's ahead right now. He goes all in with a small stack. That's automatic right there, 530,000 in the pot. Wow, it was a legit position raise, Mark. We're not going to challenge you on that.
It doesn't matter.
That's fine. That's fine.
We can figure it out at the end.
Not up to you.
220, please.
That's tough. Can't tell if he's talking to us or that much.
Yeah.
Ear.
All right.
He's talking about his ear.
Good luck, John. Your tournament's at stake.
That's a nice flop for him.
That's certainly an ouch.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
5 and only a 5, and we know the 5 of clubs has already been wasted. Wow, just like that.
No problem. Good luck, everybody.
In 8th position, congratulations, John Rebello.
Good luck. Good luck. Good to meet you. Good run.
Eastern Poker Tour says congratulations as well.
I got to do this so I can see the 4 different color purple chips.
Good job. Great job.
Nice little payout. $1,000 cool cash for John. Well done, John. Nice journey to get yourself here. I was talking to her earlier. We've crossed paths a ton of times at the table, but we never really had a chance to meet each other. And we talked for a little while. What a super nice guy he was. Congratulations again, John. $1,000 in your pocket for 8th place. We are down to 7. As you can see, the next person is going to get $1,200. Still, everybody wants that first place prize of $10,000. It's our $33,000 championship, part of the Eastern Poker Open weekend here at the Hilton in Milford, Massachusetts. Talk about some of the great tournaments that played in Brian Hawkey taking down $52,000 high roller tournament yesterday. Steve announces a raise with his ace-4 suited. Frenchie's right behind him with 10 jack offsuit. He's going to have to make a decision here. $170,000 bet by Steve. Frenchie's out of there. Beatty, 4-5 suited, gets out of there. He doesn't want to stick around. Jason says no way. Mark says no way with his King 10. Paul on the button says nope. Fold. Steve takes down a nice little pot. We mentioned John Beatty before, just so you know. You saw Alyssa Beatty in the box yesterday during the high roller tournament. That is John's daughter. She's a great dealer herself. She's also a really good poker player. She doesn't like people to know that, though.
Cameras don't need to see it. Right. Anyone get a Sharpie?
$1,200 for the next person. As you can see, Paul is the button.
No. The dealer button is that you can't even see the dealer word. We're going to get a Sharpie and help you. 60 to go.
Fold. No one wants to stick around.
Only has to be one once in a row. All right. 60 to go.
As long as you're willing to help.
Raise it up, 175. Hold. Hold.
Steve's looking at his 9-7 suited connectors in that position. $115,000 for him to call. He's already got some money in the pot. He already invested $120,000, so he's going to stick around. He's valued in certainly to stick around there, less than his original commitment into the pot. Blinds are $30,000, $60,000 with a $60,000 big blind ante, meaning $150,000 in the pot pre-flop every single hand. As you can see, Queen, Jack, and an 8. Mark hits his Jack. You can see 4 outs for Steve. All 10s exist. 4 doesn't help. Just about 11% for him to hit his hand. It looks like Mark's going to pick up the pot, but we'll see how this plays out. 4 outs and 4 outs only. Mark makes a bet with his Jack, rightfully so. If Steve hit the hand, he certainly would have played by now. And Mark racks in another pot. Good job, Mark.
Start for you.
Huh?
I start?
Yeah. Should have asked for a seat change a long time ago.
You guys are curious on how we see the cards? There are little card readers underneath that felt, and there are chips inside the cards, believe it or not. So when you put your cards down on those little squares in front of the players, like John Beatty just did, the computer reads it like your credit card and tells us what it is. And speaking of John Beatty, wakes up with pocket nines under the gun. He's going to make a stab at it here. My guess, 160,000 to call. He's going to go about 180, 200, 180 to 200,000. We'll see what he decides to do. 200,000 even, he mounts.
200 to go.
Mark says no. Doesn't want to stick around in the hijack. Bye-bye. Goodbye. See you later. Don't let the door hit you. Action on Steve. Nope. And John racks some more chips as we speak. 7 players left. Lots of money at stake, $10,000. Cool, hard $10,000 for the first place finisher here. Nice to hear from you, Zach. Thanks for the kind words. Got to come back down. We miss having you around here. Dean says, let's go, Francesco. Everybody, all his friends call him Frenchie. Super sweet guy. See him online all the time with Bar Poker Open.
Raise to 145.
Oh, not that low.
145 to go. Hold. Hold. Button's good. Button's good. 30, 60, 60. 60.
And just like that, Paul pulls in some chips. If you guys want to follow the action and see some cool pictures of what's happened all weekend and some results from the other events, go to easternpokertour.com/blog. Chris Sevick has been posting all weekend long, and if you're in the chat, give me a shout. I'll give you a shout right back. If you want to say hi to somebody, I'll give them a shout for you as well. Shout outs to Allison Holbrook, one of the best golfers I've ever seen in my life. How you doing? Nice to see you. Long time Reebok buddy.
150 to go.
Adam DeRoche listening in Lakeville, Massachusetts. Say hi to everybody from me, Adam.
150, we're heads up.
And there's our flop, 8-5-4. Doesn't really help anyone. Jason still a little ahead with his king queen. As you can see, action is on. Oh, and here we go. Mark decides to throw a little bet at 175. Jason would have done something, I think, if he had something, and Mark probably felt that as well. So let's pop a little feeler out there and take down the pot. Nice read, Mark. Believe Tom Graff down in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania is listening in. What up, Tom? Can't wait to see you in the mountains this summer. Katie, of course I'll tell Mark that Katie and the kids say hi. What's up to you guys? Thanks for checking us out. Jim, you putting your money on John, huh? That's cool. All right. Button with Beatty. Small blind Jason, big blind Mark. First to act is Paul.
60 to go. Hold.
See you out there, Gary. Thanks for checking in.
Hold. Raise. Hold. Hold. Raise. Raise it up.
Raise announced by Jason. Action on Mark. We don't see his card. Sometimes the chip readers aren't great. You're very welcome, Katie.
Between his face. 300,000.
Jason pops with a little 300,000 bet there, and he's going to take it down. Mark gets out of there. And by the way, Katie, I've had an opportunity to talk to Mark this tournament and last time as well, and what a nice guy. I got to tell you, one of the nicest guys. He's got a nice little nickname, Ozzy Osbourne, right now because he's been rocking it out on the table. EasternPokerTour.com/blog. You can find out everything that's been going on. See some great pictures, see some stats and results of some awesomely fun events. Action on Mark under the gun, wakes up with 10-9. He's not going to stick around. Steve sees a king 6.
So that must be the
That's where they're doing the
there.
phone.
So
So that's wall.
tell them it's up.
Fold. And fold.
All right, next hand, button in the 2 spot with Mark. Small blind is Paul. Big blind is Mark. First to act, Steve. See what he wants to do here. Blinds again are 30,000, 60,000 with a $60,000 big blind ante, 150,000 in the pot pre-flop. Every single hand, so there's already some value in creating some action every single time. Action on beating the hijack in the middle position right there between the button and the blinds. Pocket 5s, he's gonna pop it right here.
60.
Oh, he simply calls there with a pair. Keeping in mind we have 7 players left. I think that's a little more strength to that hand. I might have popped it myself. Jason says nope. Mark says nope.
I can hear the guy talking
Paul
back
folds.
there, so I think it's live if you wanted to
Check.
throw it in the poker league group chat. That it's live.
4
I can hear
Jack.
the guy commentating.
Jack.
Yeah. Our poker league. I know they were chiming in earlier. Just want to throw it out there. Yeah.
All right, you can see our chip counts. Steve on top with 37 big blinds, 2.25 million. John with 35 big blinds, right behind him with 2.1 million. Paul, 31 big blinds, 1.9 million.
Just ask Evan to fix it. He's listening.
I hear you, John.
Evan.
We corrected.
Last name Doran, D-O-R-A-N. What's that? That's what I'm told. Oh. Shit. Playing with my cards, watching everybody. No.
Yes. 1 hour, right?
1 hour.
Raise it up. 135.
All right, action over to Steve. 6-2 in the big blind. Only 75,000 for him to call. I suspect he's going to certainly make this call right here. Paul raised to 135,000. Oh, he raises. Steve's going to go over the top and try and take down the pot right then and there. And guess what? He does. Smart move on his part. Nice move, Steve. Blinds of 30,000, 60,000 with a $60,000 big blind ante. 150,000 in the pot pre-flop. So many cool people have come out to the Eastern Poker Open this weekend.
I'm told they misspelled my name on the. You misspelled the 1, 2, 1.
Oh, he was pronouncing my name wrong the entire time.
J-A-S-O-N.
He did ask.
No, yeah,
Spelled it back to me.
Yeah, 80.
Yeah, it's 40, 80, 80.
Oh, we are up to 40, 80, 80. 160,000 in blinds, 40, 80, 80. That's 200,000 in the pot pre-flop. 7 players left. We're going to give you a full hand
How long do you have to put them in the box?
and let the graphics and let the mics do all the talking.
You're familiar with that, right?
A little bit.
Okay, cool.
200.
Raise to 200,000. $200,000 to go.
Keep it, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, technically, I can't, but
Who's the button?
sorry.
He's the button. Okay.
Buttons in the
All right,
section.
so
Yeah. I'll let you know. Sheet one. Jason English is wrong.
JASON.
Jason. Engilish, just like Sif.
Yeah, he spelled it back to me. It's
Huh?
fine. Spelled it back to me, but someone said it's wrong.
So guys, just so you know, I'll talk to you on the table. I came and I asked you information so I could have it to be able to talk to you. I was not taking the graphics information. So we'll let the graphics guys know. But I gotta be honest with you, I took all your information right. Jason, I got it. Mark, I got DORAN. Anyways, action is on John Beatty in the big blind. He's already got some money invested in the pot, like $160,000 worth. So 9-2 suited, $85,000 for him to call. There's certainly value in him making that call. Paul in the hijack seat right behind him. All right, 6-5-4 doesn't help anyone. John in position right now. He's gonna make a bet. You can see how many outs he actually has up there, and he certainly gets Paul off the hand. Adriana is out there rooting for Paul. Go Paul. Gail Doran rooting for Mark. DORAN.
What's going on over there?
Somebody just hurt themselves?
Someone fell through.
We're out on the main floor, so we have a nice booth, a nice final feature table set up over here. Want to thank our sponsor, Gorilla Gaming, as well. Check out GorillaGaming.com for the best poker tables.
What group?
I don't know. I assume they hired someone to do all this.
No, dealers. These are dealers.
Mark with his pocket fives. All of our dealers are EPT dealers, just so you guys know. This entire setup is provided by Gorilla Gaming and Gorilla Productions as part of Eastern Poker Tour and Glenn McCrory's awesome team here. 400,000 in the pot. John does not want to stick around. Jason with his pocket sevens in the big blind, 120,000 for him to make the call after Mark raised his pocket fives to 200,000.
I'm all in.
Jason decides to go over the top with his pocket sevens, put Mark to the test. $1.35 million in the pot at our $33,000 championship. $10,000 for first place. Lots of money here. We'll let Mark take a moment here. He's contemplating maybe 2 overs, including obviously ace, king, ace, queen, or something to that effect, or even pocket sevens, eights, nines, tens, jacks, queens, kings. Could be anything. And Mark rightfully folds his lower pair. Jason pulls in 240,000, adds to his chip stack there. If you're just tuning in, this is the Eastern Poker Tours Season 33, $33,000 championship. We are live, hanging out with you at the Hilton Doubletree at Milford, Massachusetts. 290 players started this journey in this tournament yesterday. 95 players started today. We're down to the final 7. Over
80 to go. Fold.
trees into this poker tournament. 200,000 in the pot. 10-3 hijack position for Steve. Does not want to stick around. He's out of there. Francesco, we don't see his cards, but he folds action on Beatty. Beatty gets rid of his in the dealer button. Small blind calls. Mark checks the big blind. We're going to see a flop right now.
Ace of diamonds, 10 of spades, 8 of clubs.
10, ace, 8. 1 spade for Mark. Jason hits his 8. Jason goes to make a bet. Mark doesn't even stick around. Give him a chance to throw it out there.
It's easier than you trying to figure out a number.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
No problem.
Keep the game moving.
Exactly. And I king 2 suited. What am I going to do? I don't think you're limping in with anything less than an ace there, so.
All players started with 100,000 in chips. We had 14 double stacks, so they were able to start with 200,000. Blinds are currently 40,000, 80,000. Next blind, 50,000.
Raise.
50,000, 100 with a $100,000 ante. Mark, Steve rather, decides 6-7 suited. Wants to raise to 310,000. Everybody's folding so far.
Button's good.
And Steve takes down another pot. Go Steve. I was about to say, blinds go from 40,000, 80,000 to 50,000, 100,000, 75,000, 125,000, 100, 150,000, and if we get beyond 100 and 200,000, we'll see where it's at. Steve on top still, 2.5 million. John Beatty right behind him with 2.4 million. Jason sitting on 1.5. Mark B 1.48 million. Paul 18 big blinds as well, right at that same position. First place, $10,000. Action is on Steve. Steve says no way. Frenchie, what are you going to do? 10-5 suited.
80 to go.
Under the gun +1. He's not going to like that. Now, what Beatty? We haven't seen Beatty's cards yet. He folds them. Jason says no way. Action to Mark. And the button, he makes the call. Small blind.
What I miss?
Like, I can hear like what they're saying and everything about the hands. Like they
There's
should be.
30 minutes Half an behind hour us. delay.
Huh?
30 minutes Half an behind hour us. delay.
Yeah, but I'm not liking that.
Yeah, it is annoying too.
Can they like quiet that down or put up a barrier or something?
So they can hear what you're saying.
Yeah. I don't care if it's like hands a half hour ago. I don't know. I just think it's kind of messed up, really. Plus, I'm not down that end. I can't hear as clearly as the guys down that end.
That's him that's 6 feet saying that he can.
So Steve is referencing the fact that we are in a screened room right behind the table, and we are talking live at about 30-minute delay. We'll make a chance to lower the volume, the levels out here.
Been blocking it out.
All right, we'll give them a second. It's the Eastern Poker Tour's $33,000 championship right now here in Milford, Massachusetts. $10,000 up for grabs.
80 to go.
Francesco under the gun wakes up with ace, king. Beatty's right behind him with pocket jacks.
450? 450. Raise to 450.
I love ABT.
All in?
Call.
Good luck.
Thank you.
All in the call.
Do a big hand.
It's a race.
I got 450.
Play it. Yep.
Interesting.
Oh, out. Keeps him alive.
Yeah.
Action.
Wow.
No, still.
Another jack would be nice.
No, I don't want the jack. That's good.
Trip aces for Francesco. Doesn't help him though.
You won.
Jack?
I'll take this anyway. This is 450.
He won.
I won.
What you got?
Jack's full.
Jack's full of aces.
Full.
Jack's full of aces.
I thought I had the king. I thought I had the king. No, you got it.
Yeah, he's in.
Sometimes that happens. You think you have something a little different, or you don't see that there's a full house beating your set. Sometimes that's a hidden and buried hand for sure. But you know, Francesco knocked out in 7th position. Congratulations, Frenchie. Nice run for you. 7th place is gonna get you a cool $1,200. $1,200 right now for 7th place. That means 6th place is gonna get you $1,400, $1,800 for 5th, $2,400 for 4th, $3,200 for 3rd, $3,400 rather for 3rd, $6,000 for 2nd, and $10,000 for 1st. Congratulations, Frenchie. Good job on that. Nice $1,200 going into your pocket.
Such a weird bet with ace king 450. Like, why?
And we are down to 6 people. Can you believe it? Over 500,000 entries. 3,400 unique players started this journey months and months and months ago to get us to the season 33 Eastern Poker Tour's $33,000 championship. Players from all over New England
We're gonna win either way.
and some great pub and charity regions joined us.
It's not queens, kings, or aces.
Super easy to get here. Check out Eastern Poker Tour. Find a region, find an event, find a location that you want to play. All it takes is one win
Who made it 205?
to get to the regionals, and then top 8 to get you to this weekend. Let's watch this hand though for sure. Beatty with his pocket kings announces all in. 3.5 million. All in for Paul to call. All in for Steve to call with his ace 10. Does he think John is pushing here? Or does he want to stick around? But no, he's a better poker player than that. He's gonna get out of there.
All right. Let's see where we're at now.
Six-handed, it's gonna go pretty quick.
That is true. Check out the blog, easternpokertour.com/blog. See what Chris has to say. Wicked cool poker tables by Gorilla Gaming. I know several people that have recently bought them, and they just absolutely love them. Whether you want electronic tables or just your solid home game tables, check them out. All right, 200,000 in the blind. Action is on Mark. Mark gets rid of his ace 3 over to Paul. Doesn't want to stick around with the ace 5. 10-2 over to Mark Doran. Says no way. Steve doesn't want to stick around either. Beatty in the small blind, king 4 already gets some money invested. Calls the big blind after asking to see Jason's stack in the big blind. Jason Jack 9 checks it. To a flop we go. 8-4 queen. John hits his 4 just a little ahead at this point. 2 of spades doesn't really help anyone. John continues his bet because he knows Jason would have done something if he had something. Smart bet by John Beatty. Breaks in another pot. 6 players left. $10,000 still up for grabs.
I'm gonna have a worse.
$80 to go. Fold.
Anyone want a mint?
I'm good. I got gum. Thank you.
Fold. $80 to go.
Thank you. 0.
Option. Check.
All right, here's our flop. All right, flop 7, king 7.
Okay.
We don't know what Jason has. Mark gets rid of
Couldn't be going
his
any
cards
worse.
on the flop.
Couldn't be going any worse. Yeah.
Hey, want to throw
Right,
some
right.
great shout outs and congratulations as well to our regional winners, Ronnie Smith, one of the kings here at Eastern Poker Tour. I think he's one of the highest points earners of all time. Right up there from Central Mass, takes that league down. Smith D'Amato takes down the charity region. Congratulations. Holds a little place in my heart. I have a couple wins in that division as well. David Hughes from Framingham, congratulations, buddy. Charles Gutierrez from Lowell takes that region down. John Dillon takes the North Shore down. Spencer Dickinson takes down beat BarPokerOpen.com's online division, and Josh Anderson, Rhode Island, and Frenchie, who we just saw knocked out. He took out and topped Southern Mass. Congratulations, guys.
Raise to 210.
Mark wants to throw a bet. Makes it 210,000 to go. AJ, how you doing? Jamie checking in. How you doing, Jamie?
Change anything?
Huh?
Wish
Said I see the mint didn't change anything.
AJ, I'm assuming you're talking about Paul. Let's go Stro.
It is.
Valastro, that's it right there. There's our player position. Those are our seat positions, by the way, not their ranking positions. And there's our chip counts, John, on top. You saw that right there. All right. Paul is the button. Mark is the small blind. Steve is the big blind. First to act is John in this case. John's looking at 10-8. Oh, I'm sorry. Steve is under the gun. I take that back. I was looking at the dealer chip from my position. Nah, John's out of there too. Jason, 10-9 in the cutoff. Mark, 5-2 on the button. Doesn't want to stick around. Paul, we don't see what he has. Mark's right behind him with Queen 9. Hey, look at that. Little all-in action and a fold.
I'm not playing poker. What's that? Guess we're not playing poker anymore.
All right, Paul on the button. Mark, the small blind. Steve, the big blind. John Beatty under the gun. First act. Looks at Jack 8 offsuit.
Being a righty, I want to be here.
80 to go.
Fold, fold, fold. Back around to Paul. And he announces and sticks all of his chips into that pot. Action on Mark Doran. He gets rid of the small blind. Steve Mory.
What were you saying a minute ago? You weren't playing poker?
I said we're not anymore. I guess. I like to play poker.
Can he get off? Oh, he gets Steve to fold.
Look, 10 minutes is really not going to be any more blank. I know. It's way too high.
Paul makes a comment with the blast all in. We're just going to play the all in fest. He does it the next hand. Steve likes to call him out on that. That's all right, though.
We on break?
We just started, man.
What's he doing?
It says next break, 9 minutes though. I don't know if that means we're going.
I don't know.
If so, I would have said 2:05.
Just wait till my next button.
He was jumping down my throat.
I didn't jump down your throat. I made an observation. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Eastern Poker Tours season $33,000 championship. We are live, well, on a 30-minute delay, but we are live in Milford, Massachusetts at the Hilton's Doubletree Hotel and Convention Center. They've been hosting awesome open events all weekend. $300, $20,000 guarantee, $180 10K guarantee, a couple 5K guarantees, lots of bar poker open satellites, and our feature, $1,650 high roller event taken down by the one and only Brian Hawk. Hawkey, $52,000. And Jason Carey, second place, $33,000. Good job, Justin Carey. Good job, Justin, on that. Congratulations again to Hawk. All right, Jason looks down at pocket eights, under the gun, first act. He's going to make a little bet at it.
Make it 230.
Makes a bet 230,000, just under 3 times. Mark says no way. Oh, sorry, Paul said no way. Action on Mark. Mark is looking at Queen Jack suited. Is he smooth call here with the Queen Jack?
All in.
Nope, he certainly doesn't. 865,000, about 4 times Jason's bet. Decides to put the screws to him. Steve's out of there with his Queen 10. Beatty in the big blind already got money invested. In fact, he's already got 160,000 invested. It's 785,000 for him to make the call here. Ace Jack. He's got Mark dominated. If he knew he had Mark dominated, he'd be snap calling right here. Jason raised, though. He's probably going to re-raise to isolate if he wants to play. Almost 1.3 million in the pot right now. John's grabbing those 100,000 chips. Yellows are 100,000. The purples are 25. The pinks are 10, and the blues are 5,000. If you're curious to know what they are. All right, all in. He makes the call with his pocket eights. Queen hits. Won't speak to what others might be thinking at this moment. With their hands, they folded. 4 doesn't help. 8 and 8 only. Both 8s are available, though. And a 3.
865.
Mark.
5,
Just like that.
6.
Nice chip up.
7, 8, 50, 65.
Cameras out there, are those live or are those the feed? The screens. Those are live.
Button's good.
I had a queen. 10 of spades. I was calling. I can't call you. Nice play.
All over that great set right there. We have some video monitors outside the set for people who can see that.
Well, no, yeah.
I don't have any limping ranges here.
There's no volume. There are no graphics on the video monitors out in front. They're seeing the hands firsthand. We again are on a 30-minute delay.
Oh, yeah.
Keep those likes coming in on the video stream. We see you guys out there. Not bad. We got 93 people checking in online. That's pretty cool. Give us a shout. We'll give you a shout right back. You want to say hi to somebody?
I was calling his bat.
Full fold. Paul looks at 10-2 in the hijack, doesn't want to stick around. Mark sees Queen Jack, announces raise. My guess 210.
210.
210,000 and Beatty's gone. Action back around to Jason in the big blind. 6-7 suited, 210. He's got, doesn't have a huge stack. And he makes the call. Leaves him about 485,000 behind, 355,000 behind. 540,000 in the pot right now. 8 Queen Jack. Mark hits both his cards. Jason's not going to like that, but he does have the flush draw. And you can see, though, there are many flush opportunities that are not there for him because the cards are gone. So he's got 4 opportunities for a club to get that flush. That's why you see almost an 80% chance for Mark to win here. Obviously, King of Diamonds doesn't do anything. And just like that, Jason English from Rhode Island knocked out in 6th position.
Okay, nice day.
Take it down, man.
So that's why.
It's not good game. Good game.
I was like 5'9" though. I'm big by myself, right?
Congratulations, Jason English from Rhode Island. Puts $1,400 in his pocket for his efforts this weekend. 6th place for him. Again, congratulations, Jason English. We are down to 5 players. As you can see, those are their seat positions, not chip rankings. But John Beatty on top with almost $4 million in chips right now. 5 players left. $10,000 up for grabs. $1,800 for the next position, $2,400 for 4th, $3,400 for 3rd, $6,000 for 2nd, and $10,000 for 1st. Lots of money still up for grabs. Paul makes the raise with his ace 10 of clubs. Steve behind him though, wakes up with pocket 10s. He's gonna probably re-raise in this position. Oh, he makes the call right there. Mark with ace jack. If I think he knew Mark had an ace and Paul was losing one of his aces, although he can't see the cards, he's gonna assume it was a nice ace. So Mark makes the call. Steve realized he might be up against 2 aces. 8-9 doesn't help either one. You can see Steve is now an 80% favorite to win this hand. Nothing happened on the flop, so Paul decides to throw a little feeler bet out there. Steve's contemplating. Can he recognize the value on that being a feeler bet, or does he think it's a super strong bet and just going to make the call? Nah, he's seeing it as a feeler bet. He's going to put the pressure. 430,000.
Not as bad as it gets for me.
430,000 for Mark to make the call. He says no way. He really didn't have much. Paul folds as well, and Steve, nice job, but he takes in another pot. Talking to him last night, he was excited and so stoked to be able to get here today, and having that
Like under the gun, you may have a pair.
double stack. He has certainly worked that double stack to get himself down to the top 5 in the championship. $1,800 min cash right now.
Yep, I know.
Beatty's still on top though with that chip stack. Don't forget, the blog is live and active, easternpokertour.com/blog.
Oh boy.
The chat is going strong on the Facebook Live. Over 100 people checking in. Neil English
Break. Oh, good. I need it.
says, let's go, Mark B.
Tell Evan I need a B break. There's no break right now.
Sorry, Beatty, can't control that.
210.
I'm just a voice. I am not the director. I like that. All right, Mark with Queen Jack offsuit raises 210,000 on the small blind. Paul with 5-7 hearts. Suited connectors in that position. Only 130,000 from McCall. He's got 665,000 in chips right now. Yeah, he's gonna go what? Take a fifth or a quarter of his stack. A fifth of his stack, 20% of his stack to call. I think if he's gonna play it, he's gotta go all in here. He doesn't want to leave himself too few chips behind with some of these large stacks that might just bully him around.
Only reason is because it's been so lucky so far.
And Jack Queen? So I would have got a jam.
First person, I think, to show so far.
100.
Yeah.
You know, get rid of these blue chips, I guess.
5 players left, $10,000 up top for first place, $6,000 for second place, $3,400. For third place, $2,400. For fourth, $1,800. For fifth, min cash at this point, $1,800. Pub poker. All you're doing is paying for a buffet and getting free poker to get yourself here. I play a bunch of different regions. I check in. I play some of the charity. I like going out and talking to the people and getting some stories and hearing who's doing what. That's so much fun. I like going to Conrad's in Foxborough. Ben's Poorhouse in Avon. What a cool place. He hosts, Dave Benevisto hosts EPT twice a week there.
$6.95. All in.
Paul shoves in with his pocket tens. Mark with 2.4 million in chips. Ace Jack has to make a decision in the big blind right now.
He can confirm, but I'm pretty sure. I'm sure it's close enough. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's right, but yeah.
Oh, shit.
This is the internet. There is no censorship. Mark B. Robert says, go, Daddy, go. Go, Daddy, go. Mark Brennan, of course. Mark does make the call. Mark Doran, that is. So
I have 10. Good luck.
Paul is all in.
I've been in a set all day. Fuck. Put a club out there.
Mark hits his ace. And just like that, Paul Valastro from Central Mass. Congratulations, Paul. 5th place. $1,800 in your pocket. Not bad. What a nice day. Nice run. It's nice talking to you earlier as well.
You assholes enjoy all your good. Hey, nice playing with it.
Congratulations to everybody. Everybody busting each other's balls a little, but just like that, we're down to 4 players. $2,400 is the next payout right now. We've talked about the blind structure, and we know there's unless you have a monster stack at this point, some of the moves are all in, but there's some nice sizes, and there's definitely poker play left here. 4 players left. Mark Brennan from Lowell, Mark Doran from Central Mass, Steve Mory from Rhode Island, and John Beatty from Southern Mass.
350.
Like the fact that we got multiple regions represented here, not just one. Beatty raises 350,000 with his pocket sevens. Mark Brennan gets rid of the 4-2. Mark Doran folds his 8-3. Might want to play a little blackjack with that hand double down.
8-9.
Steve, ace king offsuit in the big blind. Beatty under the gun. He knows John is a solid player.
4, 5.
But he also knows John would do that with an ace as well. A big ace. So is his bigger ace bigger? And he makes the call there. He wants to see the flop. He's got the 2 overs. He's probably thinking at least that. So if John did have a pair. And they both hit. Just like that. Steve hits top pair. Certainly with top kicker. He checks it. Maybe he's trying to check raise it. John has pocket sevens. Did he feel John could have had ace queen though? That was a legit hand to possibly think about it. But John has his set not trips. There is a difference, believe it or not, between a set and trips. Sets when you have 2 of the cards in your hand, and a trips is just when you have 1. John makes a bet. Steve over the top instantly.
Nice.
Ace, ace king. He doesn't like seeing the set there. I think a little aggression in that play. You can see 9 outs for Steve.
Oh, so say that made it interesting.
Yeah.
And they're going to do the countdown right now.
There's a big
Steve Mory, nice guy. So awesome hanging out with you last night. Congratulations. 4th place, $2,400 for you, Steve. Again, Rhode Island representing in the house. Steve Mory,
John.
Eastern Poker Tour Season 33. 4th place finalist for $2,400. Congratulations, Steve.
Top 3, man.
Can't wait to see you back on the tables. Hope to see you in Vegas, by the way, as well.
3,500, 6,000, 10,000. But I'm the short stack.
Very nice run by Paul, AJ. Thanks for checking in.
I've got 1.5.
So right now, we're at the top 3 players. $3,400 for the next person knocked out, $6,000 for 2nd place,
I can, I don't mind.
and $10,000 up top for 1st. John Beatty asking for a little pressure relief.
I already went. When he got knocked out, I went.
And we get a pee break.
You must have run fast.
All right, chip counts right there. John Beatty with 6.6 million, 66 big blinds. Not a lot of play, but certainly the most play available. Mark Doran with 3.2 million, 32 big blinds. Again, just a little play left in his stack. Mark B really with 15 big blinds has to pretty much shove at this point. I'm not afraid of 15 big blinds personally. I think 10 or 11, maybe even 12 is sort of my scary cutoff. What's up, Adam DeRoche? How you doing, buddy? Tell Laurie and Emma I say hi. But I was saying, 15 big blinds, yeah, you might be able to limp once. That's about all I say you got. Leaving you with enough chips to probably scare some people off, but not a lot of play left with these chips.
Yeah. 450.
Dan, let's go.
I'll fold.
Ali, right? That was definitely a cooler on that hand. The set, both flop it. All right, 3 players. Mark Brennan, Mark Doran, and John Beatty.
Raise it up.
Fold.
That button.
Well, I think a first smile I saw maybe out of Mark in a while. He's feeling a little happy in his position. He's got some nice chips to play with at this point.
It's like torture. Not letting someone go to the bathroom.
First place paying $10,000. Second playing $6,000. Third $3,400.
100 to go.
Blinds are 50,000, 100,000, 100,000 big blind. Andy, 250,000 in the pot pre-flop.
That Jack Queen was the only hand I ever really had.
That's my first walk the entire night.
You're welcome. I'm glad
Waka.
Just remember that when I'm all in and you have garbage.
Zach, Zach, you're rooting for your buddy John. Oh,
Well, yeah, any
I gotta
garbage.
admit,
I'll
he
be
is a
okay
great
with any
poker
garbage,
player.
I'm pretty sure.
Bar Poker Open champion, by the way, East Coast champion down at the Borgata a few years ago. Wicked cool for John on that.
$250.
Race to 250.
Mark Brennan with his ace-king suited on the button raises 250,000. Small blind Mark Doran is going to fold his cards for sure. Beatty in the big blind, 150 to call. With his chip stack on suited connectors, he's certainly making the call right there. Seven, six, king. Mark smashes his king. Diamonds really don't help anyone. There's a club, enhances Mark hand just about 1%, to be honest with you. Check, check. Ace, king, 2 pair for Mark Brennan. He's going to make a bet here. Beatty behind.
250.
Ask.
300.
Oh, I lied.
You did.
I can count, I swear.
Ozzy Osbourne lets everybody know his math skills are in the house. Mark, looking at this angle right here, I see exactly what they're talking about. Ozzy in the house. All right, button with Mark D, small blind, John Beatty, big blind, Mark B. No, man, that one, the line is there. We got Mark D and Mark B. It sounds like a boys band or something. Sorry, guys, had to go there.
100 to go.
On me, sorry.
Did I take my other 100 back?
You did.
Beatty in the small blind with
probably.
King Jack. Brennan in the big blind, 2-3. Beatty makes a
You're
bet.
winner.
And Mark doesn't even want to stick around. Mark D and Mark B. I'm sorry. The Spice Girls were the first thing that came to my mind, but I had to put it out there. But it's just me. I have to give myself some fun. I've been all by myself. Look at that chip stack Beatty's got right there. Beatty is an admiral. Coach Beatty. Bridgewater State lacrosse coach or Stonehill College. I'll have to get a confirmation on that. But retired college lacrosse coach, Coach Beatty in the hand with the 7-4 on the dealer. Doesn't want to play the button. Mark Brennan, 10 jack, small blind, 50,000 for him to call. I mean, 10 jack, if you're going to call, you're going to I would be betting in this situation.
275.
There you go. 275. Mark D already has his $100,000 big blind, but really he's got $200,000 invested in about it. Asks how much Mark B has behind him.
A little over a mil.
Zach, a Hall of Fame lacrosse coach. Yeah. For sure. Nice flop. 9-10 jack. Mark Brennan smashes it. 7, 8, 9, 10, but he's got the straight. He's up against from Mark D. Doesn't suspect that. Mark makes it. Mark B makes the bet, 300,000. Mark D's gonna re-raise him here for sure. Does he go all in? I mean, it's Mark B only has 960,000 behind it, so a bet here has to be there's a million chips right there, at least 900,000 in chips, pretty much committing Mark B if he does it.
Raise to 800,000.
$800,000 all in, snap all in, and
Oh
Queen
my
King.
God.
and Mark D, I think he said, I hope you have 2 pair, 10 jack. Mark B sees the fate right now.
Good luck, my friend. I mean, I can't ask for a better flop, so.
Nope.
3 of diamonds. You can see that 2 tens, 2 jacks, 4 outs total for Mark B. Doesn't help him, the ace on the river.
Heads up.
Mark,
Don't know, actually.
Mark Brennan, congratulations, buddy. Awesome guy, awesome finish, awesome run. Mark Brennan from Lowell starts the table with 1.4 million in chips, walks away with $3,400 cold hard cash in his pocket for 3rd place. Congratulations, Mark Brennan in 3rd place. The Bar Eastern Poker Tours $33,000 championship here. Guys, they're going to take a 5-minute break. They are heads up. Mark Doran from Central, John Beatty from Southern Mass. I'm going to go take a break right now. $10,000 up for grabs. Eastern Poker Tour Season 33, $33,000 championship. I'll be back in a moment. from Central Mass, John Beatty from Southern Mass. You can see their chip stacks. John just a little ahead. John has pocket eights, though, in that beautiful Eastern Poker Tour Season Championship trophy. What a beautiful trophy. I tried to pick that up. It weighs about 60 pounds, to be honest with you. King, Jack, 7. Couple hearts doesn't really help anyone. What's up, Natalie? How you doing? Katie Smith checking in. Shane Matthews, how you doing? $400,000 bet from Mark D. Mark Doran. And he takes down a little pot. He sees John bet. John checks that. Amanda Walsh, how you doing? Nice to see you in the chat. Can't wait to see you later. Andrew, how you doing, buddy? Big shout out to Andrew Walsh and Amanda Walsh hanging out in Cumberland, Rhode Island. Thanks for hanging out with us. We appreciate that. Zach Rush, thank you for the great, kind words. Always appreciate. Thank you so much. Paula, how you doing? Way to go, John Beatty, right? Paula, one of the sweetest women in all of poker.
The time delay.
Nice to see you in there. Mark, let's go. John Beatty on the button, also the small blind. And there's our flop, King, Queen, 8. Mark D hits his 8, nothing for John. Big blind, Mark checks it, John checks it. Turn is a 4 clubs. John hits his 4. Could he suspect that? Mark's making a bet. Yeah, Mark's making a blocker, a feeler bet. John just calls. Nine of hearts on the turn doesn't really do anything for anybody. I'd have to say, Zach, John definitely knows what he's doing when it comes to heads up. He's not a shy poker player, been in the situation before. Can he be maybe the second player in Eastern Poker Tour to win both BPO, Bar Poker Open event, and the Eastern Poker Tour event behind Basil Congro? Let's see. John makes a bet here, bets 500,000. Yeah, there's a king, queen, and 9 out there. There are so many reasons why you would be in the hand with those, especially heads up. But he didn't bet the king or the queen, and heads up, when you have a pair, you have to bet that pair. So I'm curious of what Mark's thinking at this point. And John folds.
I was going to offer a chop, but not after that. Now I know how you play.
John calling Mark out on a little action there. Two players left. How exciting is this? Mark Doran from Central Mass. John Beatty from Southern Mass.
I'm sorry.
291 players yesterday, 95 players today to get us to this point. We're down to the final 2.
250.
Mark with his 10-4. Good buddy raises 250,000. Beatty ace-2 makes the call. Here's the flop. 4-8 king. John hits his 10-4. Hits a pair, heads up. I suspect Mark is going to make a bet right now. $250,000 bet he makes. Guys in the chat, Summer, Mark, Summer, John, Summer, Mark. Let's go, John. Let's go, Mark. I love seeing it go back and forth. How cool is this? But we are here. Eastern Poker Tour Season 33, $33,000 championship. 10K up for grabs, first place. 6K for second place. Nice payout for both these guys. Whoever takes down that trophy. And again, no joke, that trophy does weigh like 30 pounds. It's all solid metal. Pretty cool.
Don't worry.
John having a little fun with our great dealer. Dealers have been awesome all weekend. You guys have been spot on. I want to thank our hosts here, the Hilton Doubletree. You guys have been awesome as well. I know some fun conversations were had with your bartenders over this weekend. Mark says, see you later. John takes down a couple $100,000 more into his pot. Mark's like, not that time, buddy. Mark Doran, Central Mass. John Beatty, Southern Mass. Heads up. Final two. Eastern Poker Tour Championship. Mark D, 67 big blinds. John B, 47 big blinds. $10,000 for one of these guys, $6,000 for the other. How much fun is this? Season 34 just around the corner.
Do you want to chop and play for the trophy? Just even money?
Chop is offered on the board. John with Queen Jack, Mark with Jack, pocket jacks. Mark offers a chop before he looked at his hand, and John accepts it. So it looks like they're going to play for the trophy right now.
They want to chop on the money even though they're playing for the trophy. Race to another? He raised to 350.
$16,000 in the prize pool. Each gentleman looks like they're going to take $8,000 cool cash right now. Play for the trophy. Not a huge fan of this.
All in? Call.
We have an all in it.
The money's there. So all in, call, jacks, queen jack. John has to hit a queen. Here we go. 2 players left. Heads up for that Eastern Poker Tour Season 33 trophy. 9-7-5. No help to either one. Turn.
No queen.
7, nothing here. Don't jinx yourself, Mark. No queen on the river. We are now at, I have to believe, a championship. They're going to have to double check these chips because they are super close. But are we about to congratulate Mark Doran from Central Massachusetts? We will know in about 15 seconds. Dealer and tournament director Hank are out there counting up these chips. Look at that trophy right there. Season 32, season 33, $33,000 championship. Thank you guys for hanging out on the stream, by the way. You guys were fantastic. Thanks to everybody that came in, hung out. Some really cool players are in the house this week. I can't name them all, but George Smith, how you doing? Sandra Drum, Amy Elizabeth, how you doing? These guys are counting down the chip stacks right now. And it looks like we have an official amount. Congratulations, Mark Doran, Central Massachusetts. $10,000 richer now. John Beatty, second place. They guys actually took a chop. We heard that. $8,000 in each of their pockets. And a beautiful trophy going to Mark Doran. Bragging rights and everything. Central Massachusetts in the house representing. Of course, you got to get that picture. Long day for these guys.
I was so low.
Thank you, Zach. Thanks for hanging out, buddy. Can't wait to see you soon. Hey, while these guys are doing this and setting this up, I got some huge thank yous I'm not going to forget. And we're not going to have a little mishap so I can get them all out. Huge thank you to Chris Sevick, our awesome photographer and blogger, easternpokertour.com/blog. Our amazing technical director, Ben Rowden. Thanks, buddy. Our audio supervisor, A1 level, Ben Kroll. Bob O'Sullivan, our great production technician. See you out in Vegas pretty soon, buddy. Ryan Mapala, our content and media and video creator, supervisor. Great job, buddy. See you in Vegas as well. Jeff Maynard, our production technician and statistician, did an awesome job keeping everybody informed of what's going on. And of course, our executive producer, Glenn McCrory.
That was a roller coaster.
Thank you, guys.
That was a roller coaster day.
Thank you for having me. My name is Evan Myers. This is Eastern Poker Tour, season 33.
That three-hand was everything.
$33,000 championship, and huge shout out and congratulations, Mark Doran from Central Mass taking it down. Guys, I'm going to see you in Vegas in a couple months for the barpokeropen.com championship. See you there. Had a great time hanging out with you all weekend and talking to some great poker people. Again, my name is Evan Myers. We're going to let the video carry this out. Thanks again for hanging out. It's Eastern Poker Tour Season 33 Championship. See you around the corner, Season 34. Peace out, guys.